always block trolls.
Touch on.
Touch on.
Touch on.
Touch on.
Mention briefly or briefly discuss a topic.
Mention briefly or briefly discuss a topic.
Let's briefly touch on that topic.
Let's briefly touch on that topic.
谈及、提及。
Touch up.
Touch up.
Touch up.
Touch up.
Improve or enhance the appearance of something.
Improve or enhance the appearance of something.
She decided to touch up the painting.
She decided to touch up the painting.
润色、改进。
Trail along.
Trail along.
Trail along.
Trail along.
Follow someone or something at a distance.
Follow someone or something at a distance.
She asked him to trail along with her.
She asked him to trail along with her.
没精打采地走。
Trail off.
Trail off.
Trail off.
Trail off.
Gradually diminish or fade away.
Gradually diminish or fade away.
The path trailed off into the forest.
The path trailed off into the forest.
逐渐减弱、缩小。
By trial and error.
By trial and error.
By trial and error.
By trial and error.
Experimenting and learning through mistakes.
Experimenting and learning through mistakes.
He solved the puzzle by trial and error.
He solved the puzzle by trial and error.
反复试验，不断摸索。
Try on.
Try on.
Try on.
Try on.
Put on clothing to see how it fits.
Put on clothing to see how it fits.
You should try on the new dress.
You should try on the new dress.
试穿。
Try out.
Try out.
Try out.
Try out.
Test or experiment with something.
Test or experiment with something.
Let's try out the new recipe.
Let's try out the new recipe.
试用、试验。
In tune with.
In tune with.
In tune with.
In tune with.
In harmony or agreement with.
In harmony or agreement with.
She is always in tune with the latest trends.
She is always in tune with the latest trends.
与、协调、 与、一致。
Out of tune with.
Out of tune with.
Out of tune with.
Out of tune with.
Not in harmony or in disagreement with.
Not in harmony or in disagreement with.
He's out of tune with the group's ideas.
He's out of tune with the group's ideas.
不协调，不一致。
To the tune of.
To the tune of.
To the tune of.
To the tune of.
Approximately or roughly in the amount of.
Approximately or roughly in the amount of.
The repairs will cost to the tune of $500.
The repairs will cost to the tune of $500.
答：之多，共计。
Tune in.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Listen to or pay attention to.
Listen to or pay attention to.
Don't forget to tune into the news at 6.
Don't forget to tune into the news at 6.
收听、收看。
By turns.
By turns.
By turns.
By turns.
Alternately or in rotation.
Alternately or in rotation.
They took the lead by turns.
They took the lead by turns.
轮流的，交替的。
In turn.
In turn.
In turn.
In turn.
One after another in a sequence.
One after another in a sequence.
Each player had a chance in turn.
Each player had a chance in turn.
依次的，轮流的，转而，反过来。
Take turns.
Take turns.
Take turns.
Take turns.
Share or alternate in doing something.
Share or alternate in doing something.
They agreed to take turns driving.
They agreed to take turns driving.
依次，轮流。
Take around.
Take around.
Take around.
Take around.
Show someone around or guide them.
Show someone around or guide them.
She decided to take the kids around the zoo.
She decided to take the kids around the zoo.
转变，转好。
Turn away.
Turn away.
Turn away.
Turn away.
Face in the opposite direction or refuse.
Face in the opposite direction or refuse.
He had to turn away from the gruesome scene.
He had to turn away from the gruesome scene.
回绝，把，打发走。
Turn back.
Turn back.
Turn back.
Turn back.
Go back or return to a previous location.
Go back or return to a previous location.
We need to turn back and go home.
We need to turn back and go home.
折回，往回走。
Turn down.
Turn down.
Turn down.
Turn down.
Reject or decline an offer or request.
Reject or decline an offer or request.
She had to turn down the job offer.
She had to turn down the job offer.
拒绝，关小，调低。
Turn in.
Turn in.
Turn in.
Turn in.
Submit or hand over something.
Submit or hand over something.
It's late. Time to turn in for the night.
It's late. Time to turn in for the night.
上床睡觉，交还，上交。
Turn off.
Turn off.
Turn off.
Turn off.
Switch off or deactivate.
Switch off or deactivate.
Don't forget to turn off the lights.
Don't forget to turn off the lights.
拐弯，离开，转入另一条路，关上。
Turn on.
Turn on.
Turn on.
Turn on.
Switch on or activate.
Switch on or activate.
He likes to turn on the radio in the morning.
He likes to turn on the radio in the morning.
接通，打开。
Turn out.
Turn out.
Turn out.
Turn out.
Result or develop in a particular way.
Result or develop in a particular way.
The event turned out to be a great success.
The event turned out to be a great success.
结果是，证明是，制造，生产，驱逐，离开，关掉，领席。
Turn over.
Turn over.
Turn over.
Turn over.
Flip or invert something.
Flip or invert something.
Please turn over the page.
Please turn over the page.
仔细考虑，翻过来，翻倒。
Turn to.
Turn to.
Turn to.
Turn to.
Seek help or consult someone.
Seek help or consult someone.
When in doubt, turn to a trusted friend.
When in doubt, turn to a trusted friend.
变成，求助于，借助于，求教于， 查阅
Turn up.
Turn up.
Turn up.
Turn up.
Arrive or appear unexpectedly.
Arrive or appear unexpectedly.
She decided to turn up at the party.
She decided to turn up at the party.
出现来到太大调大
Up against.
Up against.
Up against.
Up against.
Facing a challenge or obstacle.
Facing a challenge or obstacle.
They are up against a tough opponent.
They are up against a tough opponent.
面临
Up to.
Up to.
Up to.
Up to.
Capable of or responsible for.
Capable of or responsible for.
What have you been up to lately?
What have you been up to lately?
一直到多达一直到胜任的适于的密谋的是的职责是义不容辞的取决于的需由决定的
In use.
In use.
In use.
In use.
Being actively utilized or employed.
Being actively utilized or employed.
This computer is still in use.
This computer is still in use.
在使用者的在用的
Make use of.
Make use of.
Make use of.
Make use of.
Utilize or employ something.
Utilize or employ something.
You should make use of your skills.
You should make use of your skills.
利用使用
Out of use.
Out of use.
Out of use.
Out of use.
No longer in active use or obsolete.
No longer in active use or obsolete.
The old machine is out of use.
The old machine is out of use.
没有人在用的不再被用的
Put to use.
Put to use.
Put to use.
Put to use.
Apply or utilize for a purpose.
Apply or utilize for a purpose.
Let's put to use the new tools.
Let's put to use the new tools.
使用
Use up.
Use up.
Use up.
Use up.
Consume or deplete completely.
Consume or deplete completely.
We need to use up all the supplies.
We need to use up all the supplies.
用完耗尽
Do one's utmost.
Do one's utmost.
Do one's utmost.
Do one's utmost.
Make the greatest effort or try as hard as possible.
Make the greatest effort or try as hard as possible.
He always does his utmost to help others.
He always does his utmost to help others.
竭力，尽全力。
In vain.
In vain.
In vain.
In vain.
Without success or without achieving the desired result.
Without success or without achieving the desired result.
Their efforts were in vain as they lost the game.
Their efforts were in vain as they lost the game.
突然，白费力。
In view of.
In view of.
In view of.
In view of.
Considering or taking into account.
Considering or taking into account.
In view of the weather, the event was cancelled.
In view of the weather, the event was cancelled.
鉴于，考虑到。
Things are just things. Don't get too attached to them.